I got my YouTube automation channel monetized in under 30 days. And this is exactly how. But for those of you who don't know, YouTube automation is where you actually create a YouTube channel without showing your face or having to create any of your own videos. I'm sure you've gone online, you've seen tons of videos just like this on channels like The Bright Side, Brainy Dose, and Chris Invests. All these channels make thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars a month, but they never show their face and they never have a personality behind their channel. The secret of these channels is that they hire other people to create the content for them. So they go to places like Fiverr and Upwork to create the content, and then they put the pieces together into a full-length video. Now let me open up my own YouTube dashboard and show you the YouTube channel that I started and was able to monetize in under 30 days. Alright guys, I'm here in my dashboard. You can see in the first couple months, my channel generated over 787,000 views. Now I started this YouTube channel a year ago, so it's been making me passive income for about a year now. If we look on the left here, you can see there's a space where there's basically no videos uploaded at all, and there's no views at all. So this is literally when the channel just started. If you can take a look at the bottom here, you see these squares with different numbers, 2, 6, 4, 4, 3, and so on. These numbers indicate how many videos were uploaded within that current time. So you can see that the first video was uploaded around May 20th, because that's when I started to get views. And in less than a month, I was able to reach over 34,000 views per day. Now, of course, it would go up and down because in the beginning of YouTube, your views aren't that consistent. But if you stay consistent and keep growing, your channel will get better. So about a week or two after that spike is when I got monetized. And you can see, because when I go to the estimated revenue, you can see that the spike here shows when I was starting to make money from the channel. Now, when you get monetized, it takes YouTube about a week or two to set everything up. They need to send you some documentation into the mail. You have to set up your bank account and stuff like that. But once everything is set up, you're ready to go and you're ready to make money on YouTube. So you're probably asking yourself, how was I able to grow a YouTube channel so quickly? And how was I able to get it monetized in less than a month? How I did that was following these 4 principles and including a specific system that I have to grow YouTube channels. Now the 4 principles for growing a YouTube channel are raising your click-through rate, raising your average watch time, making sure your content is similar, and being consistent. Now let me break down each one of these pillars so you can understand exactly how to start today. So click-through rate is the percentage of people who click on your video when they scroll through YouTube. And of course, the more people click on your videos, the higher your click-through rate will be. For example, if 100 people see your video and 10 people click on it, that means you have a click-through rate of 10%. Which is pretty good. Now let's take a look at one of my videos that have done well in the beginning of my channel so that you guys can see the stats and understand exactly why it did well. Alright, so we're here at one of my videos. This video got 285,000 impressions in its lifetime. It has a click-through rate of 9.6% and has generated up to 37,000 views. Now, this is one of my earliest videos, so even this is pretty crazy. Nowadays, my videos do a lot better than that, but still, these numbers are pretty crazy. Now, let's take a closer look at the click-through rate. Now, you can see that this click-through rate is up and down, and the reason why it's so volatile is because this video has been out for a long time. So it's had plenty of time to gather YouTube data, and it pretty much understands the exact audience that wants to watch my types of videos. So if we go in the beginning here, you can see that in the beginning when I first uploaded the video, it actually got a very high click-through rate of over 14%. Now your goal is to have the highest click-through rate as possible. However, one tip that people don't understand is that a click-through rate goes down as your video gets pushed out more. So you can see that as we go through the days and the weeks, the click-through rate starts to jump and starts to go down a bit actually. It goes down to sometimes even 8%, sometimes even below that, 5%. The reason why is because YouTube is actually taking its time to push out my content to the right audience. And the amount of time it takes to find your right audience depends on your channel, depends on your upload schedule, and depends on the type of content you make. So that's why you gotta just keep uploading and make sure that you give YouTube as much data as possible so that YouTube can help grow your business. Now, when your click-through rate starts to get higher, YouTube can see this and they will start pushing out your videos to as many people as possible. And how you'll know that your videos get pushed out correctly, if you scroll down here, you can see that this impressions bar is as far as it possibly can be, over 94.7% from YouTube recommending your content. That's what you want. You want YouTube to recommend and push out your own content. And how you do that is by giving YouTube what it wants. Mr. Beast said it best. YouTube rewards you for making good videos. And how you make sure the videos do well is if people click on it and people watch it as long as possible. simple, very simple. And you can see that my video is getting most of its views from browse features. That is what you want to see. Browse features are basically when people are scrolling on the home page, or people are at the top of the home page, or when people are actually getting recommended on the side when you're watching a YouTube video. Those places are the best places for a YouTube video to grow and your channel to grow. So how you actually raise your click-through rate is to look at your competition and see what they're doing and model your channel after that. Now, don't completely take their content, of course. Make sure your content is completely transformative on its own, but it's important to actually take guidelines from thumbnails that already work and make sure that you make it similar to theirs. Some other great tips to raise your click-through rate is to add red arrows to your thumbnail, and also to make sure your thumbnail has someone's face in it, because when people see faces on thumbnails, it does entice them to click more. Alright, so tip number 2 is watch time. And watch time is basically how long someone watches your video. Very simple, right? So you want to make sure that people watch your video as long as possible. YouTube wants this because the longer you watch someone's video, the more ads you will see on the video. And the more ads you see, the more likely you are to click on an ad and buy something. So the big thing is YouTube wants to make sure you're glued to the screen as much as possible. It's similar to TV basically. Now the best way to increase your watch time is to of course make better videos, but another way to make sure that your watch time is good and analytically is as high as possible is to go into the analytics and analyze that. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how you would do that. Alright, so we're back here in my analytics, and you can see that in the analytics, the average view duration is 3 minutes and 23 seconds, which isn't that bad. It's pretty good. The entire video is about 10 minutes long, so it's about a 30% average view duration. I suggest getting at least 50%, if you can 70%, but 50% is basically around the ballpark you want. So if we scroll down here, you'll see this little graph here, and this graph is basically the graph of the audience retention, which is basically how long and where people are watching your videos. So if you scroll around and you see here, you can see that the audience retention usually goes down the longer people watch your video, of course, because people click off, some people just stop watching, and a lot of people don't really finish your video all the way through, which is fine. So when you see tiny spikes in your audience retention, that means that that's a part where a lot of people watched and a lot of people were engaged. So you want to make sure that your entire video is similar to that. That's why it's important to upload as many videos as you can in the beginning, so that once you have those videos uploaded, YouTube can take the data and you can analyze it and improve and change things. Now, watch time, in my opinion, is one of the most important parts of YouTube. If you have a low click-through rate but a high watch time, YouTube will still push your content out because your content is getting watched for as long as possible. That's what YouTube really wants. Alright, tip number 3 is similarity. Now, what I mean by similarity is you want to make sure your types of videos and your channel is very similar to each other. The reason why is because when your videos are similar to each other, they will get recommended by each other. See, how the YouTube algorithm works is that YouTube pushes out content that is similar to the content you're already watching. Because YouTube understands that if you're watching a video, let's say about finance, you're probably going to want to watch another video about finance and you're going to go down that rabbit hole. So if you have videos that are similar to each other, that have similar titles, tags, and descriptions, YouTube will see that and say, oh wow, this makes a lot of sense. You like this type of content. I'm going to keep feeding that to you. So you're going to keep watching it over and over and over again. So you'll see that your views will start to exponentially compound when that happens. Now, if you want a specific deep dive on how I actually plan out and map out my entire YouTube tags, title, and description to make sure my YouTube channel blows up, then click the first link in my description and check out my completely free training. In that free training, I'll show you exactly how I went from $0 to $17,000 a month from my own YouTube channels without having to show my face. Alright, and tip number 4 is consistency. What I want you guys to know is that you need to make sure you upload on a consistent schedule. If you upload 3 videos one week and then just don't upload anymore, it's not going to do good for YouTube analytics and your YouTube growth. What you want to do is set a schedule that is easy and sustainable for you. If you can upload once every single day, that's great. That's awesome. That's what I would recommend. If you can't do that, upload once every other day or once every 3 days, whatever you can do. Now, the best way to make sure you upload on a consistent schedule without missing a day is by stockpiling content. What that means is you make a ton of videos, let's say 15 or 30 videos, and you have them saved onto your channel. Once they're saved onto your channel, you make them private, but you don't make them public. If they're private, that means no one can see them and they're not in the YouTube algorithm yet. So make sure you have about 15 to 30 so that you can upload consistently and not miss a day, because you'll consistently be able to make videos to catch up and to keep up with your video uploading schedule. Alright guys, those are the 4 tips I use to help monetize my YouTube channel in under 30 days. If you guys want more one-on-one in-depth training, check my free training in the description below, or you could join my course where I go even more in depth, and you could join a community of like-minded YouTubers who want to use YouTube automation to grow their own YouTube empire. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching and stay up.